welcome to the Stafford GP. The crowds are out in force tonight as the Elite Road Series starts up again after a brief break. It really couldn't be any tighter at the top as we enter the Grand Prix stage. Steve Lampier of RALEIGH GAC is just 9 points ahead of Andy Tennant of the newly formed Team Wiggins. Tennant leapt up the rankings with his win at the Cycle Wiltshire Grand Prix. Defending champion Yanto Barker from another new team this year, One Pro Cycling, is in third, but neither will be here today. The last 3 rounds of the series made up the Spring Cup. The Chorley Grand Prix opened the series, where we saw Ian Bibby of NFTO clinch a solo win. Round 2 was held in incredible conditions. Madison Genesis rider Eric Rousel sealed the victory. The Cycle Wiltshire Grand Prix staged some thrilling racing. The final sprint saw Andy Tennant of Team Wiggins cross the line first. Now it's time for the second phase of the series. The race is 100 kilometres long and is part of the Staffordshire Cycling Festival. The circuit takes place in the grounds of the beautiful Shugborough Hall. So before it gets started, I'm going to find a little bit of calm away from the melee of what's going on out here and have a word with last year's winner. So Morgan, how did you get into cycling?
It's an history family. My grandfather was a cyclist and my father is still a cyclist, and he put me on a bike very, very early in I continue all my career, yeah.
And of course the Tour de France started today, and France is the home of cycling. So how on earth did you end up riding in Britain?
I'm in Britain because when I was world champion in 2030, I have not the choice. There are many continental pro team in France, but it's not easy for track rider to evolve in the pro team or continental pro team. And RALEIGH gave me a contract with an interesting race like a crit, and yes, I chose to go in UK because they are best modality for the track rider.
Now, of course, you're triple world champion on the track, so clearly something's working for you. So does this style of racing in Britain really help you prepare for that?
Yes, it's very, very good help for me. Last year was my first season in UK, and I was double world champion. And after one season in UK, triple world champion. It's a really good race for prepare the track race with the crit and with the road series. It's very hard and it's very, very quick, and you must be always on the attack for the race. Not like in Europe, or it's always the same: a break, control, and ride fast the last hour. Now in UK it's always bing bang boom, and it's very good for prepare the track season.
So do you think you'll stay in Britain?
I don't know. It's not my country, but it's a really good experience to ride in Britain. It's very, very good for me because I'm a track rider. And in UK there are very, very good modality for that. And if I can stay, I will stay. Yes.
The 100-kilometre course is actually 15 laps of a Belgian Kermesse-style circuit around the grounds of Shugborough Hall. The course is made for rapid racing. We have already heard from last year's winner, so now let's meet some of the other riders. Firstly, series leader Steve Lampier. Steve, you're here to defend your red Race Smart jersey today. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty confident, pretty happy. Nice weather, so it's all good.
And you got in the top 10 in Lincoln at the British Championship, so you must be on good form?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my form. Sore legs, but it should be okay.
From last year, this course has slightly changed. I don't think the corners are quite as tight as they were last time.
Yeah, I don't know how it will flow. It's just the complete opposite way around. So I don't know if that makes it a good thing or a bad thing, but I really like the circuit. Really enjoy racing it. It's aggressive racing. It's good fun. So we'll see what happens.
And hopefully by the time we get started, the heat will have just gone down a little bit.
No, I like the heat. Cracks other people.
So Joe, you're a local lad. You must train a lot around here.
Yeah, during the winter I have a little group that goes around just along by Shugborough and then over sort of by Cannock Chase and stuff. So yeah, I ride around here quite a lot.
And what are your thoughts about today? It's going to be quite a fast race.
Yeah, I think with it being quite short, it's going to be quite hard. So I'm looking forward to it though. Just good little leg opener, and after last night it'll be in a similar vein, just dead quick from the start and then just sort of holding on really, so not like one of these really long road races, so hopefully be quite exciting.
So Marcin, how are you feeling about today? Because last year, of course, you did come off on one of the last bends.
Yeah, I hope this year I will stay upright. I have a strong team tonight and I'm looking forward.
And which teams will you be keeping an eye on today?
Just my team.
Well, the atmosphere is really building here in the race village. The burgers are sizzling, the beer is flowing. It's really going to be a phenomenal day of racing. So let's get straight to the action and join our commentators.
The peloton lined up for the Stafford Kermesse, the red race smart jersey-clad Steve Lampier at the front of the peloton. And the riders facing a clockwise direction course in contrast to last season. Well, the early pace very, very high in the peloton, led predictably by the One Pro cycling squad, and early attacks including Felix English of the JLT Condor team and Pete Williams of One Pro Cycling. But whilst many groups going away in the early action, coming to nothing, as we now see the leading group going downhill very, very fast into the sunlight. Beautiful surroundings in Shugborough Hall.
Certainly is, and this is the part of the course that's quite deceptively hard. Just after the cattle grid, for a section of around a kilometre, the road goes up and down. Very, very difficult to get into rhythm, but what a beautiful scene here. And looks like as if one of the polypipe riders has taken the opportunity just to nudge himself clear. Looks like that's Thomas Travis Pollard.
Well, this pace has been pretty relentless from the start. These riders averaging around about 30 miles an hour, which is absolutely incredible considering the rolling terrain around Shugborough Hall, and they have constantly attacked. But now this little move is going clear. This team, of course, run by Dean Downing, who retired last season.
Yeah, Dean Downing now finding himself in the team car rather than sat behind it. But I think he's, I was chatting to Dino the other day, he's absolutely revelling in this position of director sportive, passing on that vast wealth of experience to the younger riders.
Well, he's got so much experience in both road racing and in particular in criterium racing, as we see Thomas Travis Pollard now going across the line. He's been away for about half a lap, taking a drink. Pretty humid out here, so important to keep hydrated.
Well, definitely, but it's good to see Thomas Travis Pollard move up the road. That puts himself in a good position. It's good to see that Dean Downing has passed on not just his experience, but again, he was a very aggressive rider, never afraid to get into the mixing. Clearly, his riders here showing no fear, and a nice little split starting to form at the head of affairs.
Well, I was standing with Dean Downing the other evening, and he was shouting at the riders when he needed to, but he was also being very careful in what he told them. Now another rider making his way across. This looks like Gabrielle Cullaigh of the 100% Me team, just looking round, trying to make sure that everyone does their little bit of work.
Yeah, just rolling through there, Chris Lawless of Wiggins. And then the polypipe rider, again, already mentioned him, Travis Pollard taking his turn on the front. Then Dave McGowan of Pedal Heaven also rolling through. And also looks like Josh Hunt there, the brother, of course, of Jeremy Hunt for One Pro Cycling. So an interesting combination here. Looks as if we've also got a rider from RALEIGH in the mix too.
We certainly have. That looks like Evan Oliphant, who looks like now he's coming into some very good form. Little flick of the elbow there as Evan Oliphant goes to the front. He's been around for a long time. He won't mind us saying that. So much experience. I remember first noticing him in a breakaway in the Tour of Britain. As we go through this corner, this course to me much better than last year. It's got some more sweeping turns and it's making for some great racing.
It certainly is. Well, last year we had a very aggressive race, still very aggressive this year, as we can see, but perhaps the finish straight a little bit safer.
It is. Well, we're seeing another group coming across to this group of leaders led by Evan Oliphant of Team RALEIGH. His teammate Morgan KNEISKY was the winner of this Stafford Kermesse last season. So RALEIGH being aggressive, trying to take the race to everyone else as we go across the line.
Yeah, just looking at the combination, the permutation in this group, I can see Matt Cronshaw also there for Madison Genesis, but Anthony, the team notable by their absence at the moment is NFTO.
It is. They've missed this breakaway group, and so they're going to have to do the chasing. The emphasis will go back to them. Another group coming across now to these leaders. Matt Cronshaw always comes into some form at this time of the season. We think back to last year. He did very well in the Elite Circuit Series. He was vying for the overall win with Alex Blaine until the final round when he crashed in Chepstow.
He certainly was, but another little group has made contact. That's Will Bergfeldt of Sportsgov Quota, and also there is Scott Old-Pazapis as well as Luke Gribble-Miller, just sat on the back for JLT Condor.
Yep, wearing number 2, and he is the rider in the black and yellow. JLT Condor, of course, in a different kit from last season. We knew them as the men in black. Now they've got the flicks of yellow on there, presented by Mavic as one of their new sponsors.
Of course, the Mavic, the sponsor from France, traditionally all in yellow, and of course the Mavic neutral service cars, one of the main features of the Tour de France, but good to see them getting involved in British cycling as well. But now this group looking very strong, all working together pretty well at the moment. And again, another rider from Pedal Heaven in the mix, and that's Townsend, just hitting the front now. Very powerfully built rider, just with Will Bergfeldt trying to go through, perhaps struggling a little. This part of the circuit, Anthony, a long gradual drag.
Time now for a quick break, but when we return, we'll find out whether Steve Lampier can hold on to that red race smart jersey. In the meantime, I'm off to get a burger. Smells amazing. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Well, we'll rejoin the men's racing in just a moment, but earlier on today, the women took part in a criterium race. So here's how it unfolded.
The women's peloton drawing away here from the start in Shugborough Hall for the next round of the women's series. On the front, the Giordana Triton team, who had that great win in Otley the other night, with Annesley Park. On the right-hand side, Abby May Parkinson and Team WNT also there in the blue.
And just hitting the front for Team Giordana Triton, that's Nicola Juniper, 33 years of age, lives in Essex. Really burst onto the scene in the last couple of years, extremely strong, and looks like she's got somebody with her for company, and that's Charlene Joyner with a lap to go.
1 lap to go in this criterium race. Nicola Juniper and Charlene Joyner. Joyner, a silver medalist in the Commonwealth Games in Delhi, comes from Dunfermline, and 3 times a Scottish track race champion, so she'll be looking to outwit Juniper in the finishing sprint. This is Group 2, led by Abby May Parkinson.
Abby May Parkinson just leading through at the moment. Of course, she also rides for Team Giordana, not interested in chasing, but trying perhaps to extricate herself from that group to try and get across. This is a smaller circuit than the men's, only about a kilometre round, very technical indeed.
It is some tight corners here. Charlene Joyner, who had a couple of mechanical problems in Otley the other night, but she's managed to get herself in this leading group. This is Group 4 on this criterium course, and it is Weller of PMR Twickenham House who leads that group through.
You could just see it's quite a hard finish straight. The wind, Anthony, looked to be blowing into their faces, and also if you look closely, it's uphill all the way to the finish line, so the tempo through looked pretty steady, but believe you me, just by their face expressions on their faces, this is very hard going.
Charlene Joyner, her brother Craig has got 25 caps for Scotland in rugby, so a real sporting family. One of those really tight little corners there, but got safely through.
Remember, this is a non-contact sport. Let's hope there's no grappling on any of these corners. And talking of corners, it's this little double right-hander, and the 2 riders, Annesley Park and of course Abby May Parkinson, both from Team Giordana Triton, obviously trying to maybe disrupt any sort of movement behind in that group, not assisting in, of course, trying to bring this rider back.
Well, Nicola Juniper there in second place with the pink colours on the kit, is now going for this inside corner. She knows she's near the finish line, so she goes through first.
You could just see she started to accelerate, sat down in the saddle, took the inside line, and the speed she managed to carry through that corner, Charlene Joyner couldn't respond at all.
Well, she's outwitted Charlene Joyner there as she now powers her way through this turn, and Nicola Juniper is becoming the dominant force in women's cycling right now in road racing in the UK. What a win. Nicola Juniper takes it ahead of Charlene Joyner.
Well, what a ride by Juniper. She really is a class apart, but an absolutely sterling ride there by Charlene Joyner. But who's going to take 3rd spot on the podium?
Let's wait and see. Joyner takes the 2nd place. Couple of lapped riders just coming in. And here is the sprint, and it's Britt Tate who takes a 3rd place there for WNT.
Nicola, congratulations. You've been so consistent all season. You just must be thrilled with this win today.
Yeah, it's really nice. I have been consistent. I played the The team run Wednesday at Otley, Annesley got the win, which I was really pleased about. We knew a race like that with the size of the field, I was never going to get away because I'm a marked rider. So Annesley had the best choice. So today we had a couple of options. If it's, we was going to try and ping Abby Mayo for a late attack. We had a scenario for a bunch sprint. I went about 5 minutes in and I knew Charlene would come with me. So I knew if I did go, she's strong as well, we could get a good through and off going. We had a bit of a joke at the start saying until we see how many riders can lap the field because it's such a short circuit. And I think we lapped most apart from the last 4. So it was really nice actually. It's like a target to go for, so it was nice.
The duo of Juniper and Joyner take 1-2 in the Francesco Group Women's Grand Prix. Britt Tate in 3rd place. And on the podium, spraying the champagne, a great day again for Nicola Juniper of Giordana Triton.
Well, it's really hotting up, so let's get back to the action and join our commentators.
The riders heading through the line with 1 lap of racing to go, and it's Scott Auld of Zappies who is first to reach the bell.
Luke Greville-Miller, tall, rangy rider from JLT Condor, rolls through. Then Chris Lawless. Dave McGowan on this long drag tries to get some assistance. You can just see the bunch not far behind Anthony, only around 75 metres in it now.
Yeah, this peloton is coming back now to the leaders, so the pattern of this race, little groups going away, getting caught all the time, and it looks like it's going to happen, and the red jersey of Steve Lampier is rocketing across the gap.
He certainly is. What an acceleration by the leader of this series. But look on the right-hand side, the 100% me ride, Gabrielle Cullaigh, 19 years of age, surges clear, turning a huge gear, trying to be shut down by a rider from Team Wiggins.
Well, I would have thought that this rider would wait for the finish and then try and win the sprint, but clearly he's decided that he's got to try and launch an attack, maybe softening things up for one of his teammates who is back in this peloton, but this is a big move.
Well, what it does, it puts the other teams on the back foot and means that the 100% me riders can just relax a little bit. This is a very difficult drag, but he's still pushing these pedals out of the saddle. Very muscular rider. Remember, 19 years of age, started riding, inspired in fact by watching the Tour of Britain on television, and then joined the Home Valley Wheelers before moving on to the Go Ride scene. And now look at him, absolutely destroying this field at the moment.
Gabs Cullaigh then, he's accelerating very hard here, this 100% me rider. He was second in the Junior National Road Race Championships, and he goes out on the chain gang of the Downings, Russell and Dean, so he'll be used to riding pretty flat out and on some tough terrain.
Well, that certainly is one of the hardest chain gangs in the UK. We know that Ben Swift often rides on that chain gang too, but here it is at the entrance to the park in Shugborough. He's still got a lead of only 3 or 4 seconds, and this again a very difficult part of the course. Looks like Anthony, one of the riders from Madison Genesis, now trying to get across the gap.
This is a spectacular attack. I said I thought he was trying to soften things up for the 100% me team, but right now, as we head into the grounds of this beautiful hall, this rider is still holding off a peloton that is desperately trying to bring him back.
Very difficult to try and hold the kind of speed. Look at the chase behind that bunch, really lined out. It looks like it's Team RALEIGH and also One Pro Cycling trying to bring back the flying youngster from Yorkshire.
Well, he rode the Tour de Yorkshire this year. He comes from Holmfirth, the home of last of the summer wine. Is he going to be spraying champagne on the podium in a few moments' time? This is still a fantastic attack, and the gap is coming closer together as Team Wiggins now close him down.
Gabs just looks under his arm. He sees the gap. It's only a couple of seconds, but look, just behind there's a little bit of consternation, perhaps a hesitation in the group behind. Does he have enough of a gap? Does he have enough left in the tank to try and hold this bunch off? Absolutely riveting finale.
This is stunning racing by this young rider from 100% Me. Don't look round. There's no point doing that because the peloton are getting closer, and now RALEIGH with last year's winner KNEISKY and also Steve Lampier are also trying now to drill it to bring the race back together. Wiggins hit the front again.
Yeah, all of the other teams trying to shepherd their sprinters to the front, but meanwhile Gabrielle Cullaigh still holds such a slender gap. He gets out out of the saddle again. Another glance under his shoulder.
This is so close. They are getting ever closer now to catching him as they go over another cattle grid, another little rise, and this surely is going to come back together. He glances round again to see this peloton. As we know, if you're a rider in the lead, the last thing you want to do is look round and see the peloton. Your morale drops round the right-hander.
Has he got enough? The bunch are just a few metres behind as he gets out of the saddle, accelerates down the finish straight. He looks like he's got it.
This is incredible. He has held off the entire peloton. Gabrielle Cullaigh wins the Stafford Kermesse ahead of last year's winner KNEISKY, and here's the margin of victory.
Well, Anthony, I don't think I've ever seen such a thrilling finale to any of the British Series races. And what a stage to do it on. The finest win of this young rider's career. What's to come?
Well, here's the results of the Stafford Kermesse. Gabrielle Cullaigh wins for 100% Me ahead of last year's winner Morgan KNEISKY of Team RALEIGH, and Jonathan Mould in third place.
I was actually away for the last 3/4 of lap, so I knew the bunch were closing in on me, so I was just hanging on, going as fast as I could. I knew there's some fast guys there, so I knew it would be really tight on the line, so I was dead happy to cross the line first, so yeah, dead happy.
And it was fast today, wasn't it?
Yeah, very fast all day. Like, there was a lot of little attacks going, but like even with the 2 climbs on the course, it was very fast. I'm not sure what the average speed was, but it did feel super fast considering those climbs. So yeah, it was a good, tough race. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, congratulations, Steve. You're still wearing that red Race Smart jersey. You must be feeling over the moon.
Yeah, pretty happy. Content.
And what was it like out there today?
Yeah, it's a good race. Like, there's always a good race here at the Shugborough Kermesse. It's a really nice circuit. Actually made the course better run clockwise. I thought it made the race tougher, but kind of it was selective without being too brutal. It was a really good race, a really good day out.
Are you looking forward to Stockton? You say it's not really your style.
No, it's not, but I've got a bigger buffer now on 2nd and 3rd place, so it means I can play a bit more of a tactical game, wait for the RALEIGH GP and see what happens there.
Well, best of luck to you. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, thank you.
A good day for Steve Lampier. He now leads with 112 points to 2nd place Andy Tennant of Team Wiggins. Yanto Barker, last year's winner, in 3rd place.
Well, a fantastic result there for Gabrielle Cullaigh of Team 100% Me, and of course for Steve Lampier, who keeps hold of the red Race Smart jersey. Join us next time when we'll be in Stockton, but make sure you follow us on all the usual social media sites for updates. We'll see you next time.